So I don't know if anybody got a chance, but like half an hour ago, as of this recording, there's a new Avengers Endgame trailer.
Oh, is there?
I just watched it.
Oh, is it good? We didn't have a chance to mention it during this podcast.
We did not, which is why we're mentioning it now, which is technically still part of this podcast. So we're way on top of it, guys.
We're way ahead. Whereas if we waited till tomorrow, we'd be late.
So behind. You know what? It looks pretty good.
Is that April or May?
End of April. April 20, let me see.
Do you remember a few weeks, or maybe it was just last week, we talked about movies that were coming in May and April, like what were the spring ones? We forgot Aladdin, and... No, I didn't. There was like two other more high-profile ones that we forgot, but now I can't remember them. Oh, well. Aladdin was the only one I remember.
So you're telling me that we forgot to remember, but we forgot him again?
I did. I forgot him again. I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, and I meant to bring it up, and it's like, oh, there's other ones that we forgot. Oh, something. Well, it'll come to me later.
Something. We don't know what, but definitely something.
I remembered one at least.
Yeah. Well, okay. Anything else?
I don't think so.
In today's podcast, we talk about Stardew Valley.
Yeah, we do.
Ninja.
Ninja's playing Stardew Valley.
It's not that. No, it's not. Nikki's toilet ear method. Facebook VR chat. The Dark Knight. An update on the Sprint situation. And one of the best ways to break up.
So it's a lot of good stuff in this podcast today.
It absolutely is. And you know what?
It's not Friday, though, is it? Man, it'd be nice. But one more podcast tomorrow.
You know what?
Woo!
We look forward to it.
We do.
We're excited about it.
We're going to bring tomorrow an introduction to a new RadioU artist called Neon Feather. He's got a new song with Maddie Mullins. And then let us not forget next week, we need to do our Oreo cereal food fight for the new chocolate and the golden Oreo cereal. So that'll be next week in case you've been like, where's that been at?
It's sitting right there.
So next week we'll do that.
All right. Well, hey, enjoy the podcast today. Bye.
Thanks for listening.
If Nikki sounds a little bored this morning, it's because Obadiah is still talking.
Too much talking.
It's the Riot on RadioU.
Talking.
Who's excited about today?
Yay! Come on, guys.
Because you know what today is.
Today is Thursday.
Nope.
Today's
March 14th, Nikki.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
It's Pi Day.
It's Pi Day today.
So it's 3/14, Nikki.
Mm-hmm. What do we do for Pi Day?
Well, I'll tell you what. I've got a few, and of course, this is going to depend on your area, but I'll try to focus on some nationwide ones here. Pizza deals. It's like 7-Eleven. Order a whole pizza via 7-Eleven 7 Now. It's their app, and you'll get it for $3.14.
Oh, has anybody tried 7-Eleven's pizza?
Somebody has. But not us.
Has anybody who can tell me, is it good?
Here we go. Cece's Pizza. Stop in, get an adult buffet for just $3.14. But you will need the coupon.
Oh.
No coupon, no deal. Oh, hey, White Castle. Grab a coupon through the chain's email list or social media and get a breakfast slider combo.
You love that stuff.
Breakfast slider combo, $3.14.
You love the breakfast sliders.
Oh, don't you wish there was a Bojangles around here?
I've never been to a Bojangles, but it always sounds like that scary movie with the guy who shakes the keys and stuff.
Mr. Jangles.
Mr. Jangles. So I don't even know, I don't have a right perception of the place.
Bojangles is wonderful.
Is it?
You go there, you get yourself a honey butter chicken biscuit.
Is it only in the South, or where's it at?
Yeah, I don't know how far south you have to go. The last time I had it, I was in Tennessee, and it was wonderful.
Is it fast food, though?
Yes. Well, it's good food done quickly.
Now, is it a fast food place? It's an establishment.
It was half gas station, half restaurant.
Great, it's fast food.
So, call it what you will.
Actually, maybe, depending on where you're at in the country, it could be where Tim Hortons are in the north and then turns into a Bojangles when you go down south.
Man, Bojangles sounds good. I don't have the details on it. I know Domino's also... Wait, they have a...
Did you say what Bojangles is doing, or...?
No, I didn't.
Just something?
Just something about Bojangles. Where did it go? Bojangles, 3 sweet potato pies.
Ooh.
For $3.14.
Ooh.
No coupon required.
Good, they know.
Domino's has a 10-inch pizza. I don't know if that's their medium or what. That's $3.14. Then I also saw, and this is the one that I might be the most excited about, though I haven't found anything I want, is that Think Geek a retailer that deals in wonderfully geeky items.
Yeah.
They're having a 31.4% off sale. Anything on the site, 31% off. 31% is pretty good.
That's better than just the tax. So
Yes.
that's actually a pretty good deal.
That's pretty good. So,
Is there anything you need?
well, I mean, you know.
A tumbler, a coffee mug, a T-shirt?
I plan to spend the entire day looking.
Well, if anybody sees anything, then just shouts Obi at Think Geek. Send it to him.
And happy Pi Day, everybody. Go ahead and get yourself a slice.
Nikki and Obadiah. Obadiah and Nikki.
Love, hate, hate, love.
All right, everyone in, let's go!
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
The biggest streamer in the world, and I don't mean the fattest.
You mean Ninja?
I'm talking about Ninja, right? This is crazy. There's a report that's come out that is saying that, you know, one of the things that put Apex Legends on the map when it launched back on February 5th was the fact that Ninja
Was playing it?
He led the charge streaming it. Like,
But
he was one of the first people out of the gate that was streaming it.
I thought it was kind of common knowledge that Apex Legends paid some of the
They
bigger
did.
streamers to
They
start
did.
streaming the game.
Yeah, that is common knowledge, and quite frankly, is common practice.
Sure.
If you're watching a substantial streamer like somebody with a big following, there's a good chance that they are being paid to play the game that you're watching. Not always. Sometimes, you know, they're playing Fortnite because everyone loves Fortnite and blah, blah, blah,
That
whatever.
builds an audience as
Right.
well.
But often when a game launches, if you see a streamer playing it close to its launch, there's a better than average chance that if they have enough followers, they're being paid to play that game so that you'll see them playing it and go, I won't buy it.
That's just how it goes.
It's how it goes.
That's the formula.
So the thing that everybody's raising their eyebrows at right now is how much was Ninja paid to play Apex Legends on its launch day?
On its launch day, how long did he actually play the game?
Well, we don't know exactly how much he was paid for. The guys at Engadget have said that apparently whoever interviewed EA, Reuters, okay, they talked to a source who said that after midday on February 5th, he kept playing because he was wanting to.
Yeah.
But
He had to play.
the morning was his obligation to play. And according to this source, how much do you think he was paid to play?
Anybody want to text to guess?
Oh, you know what? That's a good one.
Higher or lower? Does anybody have any ideas?
So how much do you think that Ninja was paid to play Apex Legends
For the
on its launch
morning
day?
of the release
The morning of
day.
its launch day. Now, remember, this is just according to a Reuters anonymous source inside EA. So
Yeah, but normally some of that stuff holds weight.
it seems like it's probable. I mean, if an organization like Reuters is going with it, there's a pretty good chance that like they wouldn't lead with that
Sure.
if it was nothing.
Well, if you have a guess, 877-2-RADIO-U.
Igor says 250,000.
That's a good guess. I was
That
going to
is-
maybe say 500,000.
You're both sweet kids.
Oh,
You
it's
really
more
are.
than that?
You just Stuart says 500,000. I mean, you guys are just
You and I were on the same page, Stuart, but we're wrong.
the best.
So
Phil,
it's higher than 500,000?
It's higher than 500,000.
And he's just one of the streamers.
One. Now he's the biggest one though.
Sure.
So like you've gone out and bought the big one.
Everybody else is lower than this.
Well, and there is precedent for the fact that if all of the sudden Ninja is streaming something, you're going to pay him, but a lot of people are going to follow him.
So everybody, we've guessed more. It's more than 500,000. So no need to guess under that. Is it 750,000? It's not more than $1 million. Please do not tell me it was more than $1 million.
It was $1 million.
It was $1 million?
According to
$1
this
million?
Reuters report, he was paid $1 million to play for a few hours the morning of February 5th.
Oh, it's fine. No one else wants $1 million, do we? No, we don't.
No, I like you.
Who wants $1 million?
Let me ask you a question.
What would I do with it?
I even do
I know,
with it?
I know. You don't want to have that pressure.
What would I even do with it? I'd probably go to Vegas and blow it all. So it's really good that I stay, you know, at my current income level.
Not have that
It's for the
temptation.
best. Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh, it really is. For 4 hours of work, that's a lot. That's something.
Well, good for him, though. He does seem like a nice streamer.
Well, yeah, and I mean, let's be honest.
He works hard.
Yes, like it is. Streaming is way harder work than people give it credit for. That's one. And then two, remember that guy's on the grind all the time. So like that chunk of time he got paid a lot, but he is adding value to that time because he's working all the time.
Sure.
So,
well, congratulations to him if that was true.
I'll tell you right now, if I made $1 million, I'd probably retire on the spot. No,
we don't
I
need
wouldn't.
more than that.
I would be like, you know what? If I can make $1 million now, I'm going to ride this thing out until I can't make any more.
Would it give you that drive to get more?
And then retire at 23.
You remember that time you started your morning with a gas station breakfast sandwich and immediately regretted it? Yeah, it's like that. The Riot. RadioU.
Why do you even have your phone?
I'll tell. Well, I don't have service for it yet.
Okay.
And I'll tell you that tale pretty soon.
Okay.
But I've got it on Wi-Fi, and I can still get text messages.
Sure.
So text messages, Facebook messages, WhatsApp. What's the other one?
But no one can call you.
Yeah, don't call.
That's not working.
That's just a flat-out waste of your time right there. Last night, it launched. I got the little notification, Stardew Valley.
Stardew
for
Valley?
my phone.
Did you download it?
Well, you know what? I didn't download it to my phone. I'm downloading it now. What I downloaded yesterday was I put it on my tablet, and that's where I was playing, and love it.
Okay.
I laid in bed playing Stardew Valley last night, and I was just like, oh, yeah.
We didn't play much on, at least for me, on the Switch. Does it connect the accounts at all? Or
I don't think for the Switch, but I think for the PC
it does.
I didn't even try it. I just went ahead and started fresh because I played for a few hours the PC version of it, but like didn't go much farther than that.
Nothing worth saving.
Yeah, not really. And so I went ahead, started up a new farm last night before I bought it because it was $8. And I think $8 for a mobile experience, to me, that feels like a premium price.
Stardew Valley, when did it come out? Was it last spring?
Oh, no, it's
older than that?
2 or 3 years old.
Really? But it really started to pick up, though.
Yes, it started on the PC and it got rave reviews. Then it moved over to consoles, and then it finally made it to iOS last year.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Switch, not this Christmas, but the Christmas before that. And then, it's just kind of moved.
I feel like it had its day, and I wasn't sure if that day would pick back up again.
Well, it has for me. And how much will I really play it? I don't know. Maybe a ton, maybe barely at all. But I was reading through reviews, and it's a farming / relationship / town simulator /
with mining and stuff.
There's just all kinds of stuff you can do in it. And I have been interested in playing it on Android. So I went through the reviews last night. It launched last night. And people were complaining about the touchscreen controls. And you know what? I thought they were fine.
Yeah.
I didn't have any trouble with them at all.
Well, maybe that's good for you. I wonder what else was up then.
I don't know what their problems were, but I paid $8 for it, and I was like, man, did I just waste my money? And after about 10 minutes, I was like, nope.
Nope, you did not.
I did not waste my money. This is fantastic. And so now I'm downloading it on my phone.
So that is Stardew Valley, now on Android.
What would be the real icing on the cake, but I don't think it'll be a thing. If it had a cloud save that would let me play on my tablet and my phone the same farm.
Yeah, that's what I thought it should do.
I don't know if it will or not. We'll see about that. That would really be, oh, there it is. Hello, Stardew Valley.
We'll let you have a few minutes, okay?
Dude, this is this is freaking fantastic. Yep, I'm excited about this. Can you guys hear it? Oh.
It's too quiet.
I know, but it's wonderful.
But it's there.
Turn it up loud enough and your neighbors will call the cops. Because it's obviously a cry for help. It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
So did you guys hear about that new Will Smith movie? Not Aladdin.
Oh, which one then?
Exactly. What you just said.
Is it one that he already made or one he's supposed to make?
No, it's one that's coming out, actually. It's called Gemini Man. And it is a sci-fi assassin thriller about a man doing battle with his clone.
Does this feel like Netflix again, like the one that he did?
No. This is coming from Paramount, and it's not going... Well, I mean, maybe eventually it goes to Netflix. But here's the part where it gets interesting, is that they are pushing to try to get theaters to show this movie in its native 120 frames per second.
Really?
Yes. And you're like, who cares? No, I would be very interested in seeing what it looked like. Because, right now, your TV usually runs at 30 frames a second. The video games you play, if you're lucky, they run at 60.
Yeah.
And movies in a theater usually run at 24 frames per second. Now, they did something like this with The Hobbit, but I think it was a 96 frames per second presentation. So what you might get is a TV that will do 120 frames, and it gives what they call the soap opera effect.
It's very weird.
Yes.
It also looks a lot like, we always thought it looked a bit more like British television as well. It's just, you see a lot, it's just very odd. Like, everything's more pronounced, but in not the best way.
Right. And so
Usually gives me a headache. I'm not a fan of it.
It's a very weird looking thing. Things appear to move faster, even though they actually aren't moving faster, and it's just the extra frames.
Why do people like it then?
Well, theoretically, not even theoretically, it is more lifelike. Because obviously you see a lot more frames in real life than you do on film. The reason it looks odd is you're just accustomed to
not
24 frames.
Sure.
Yes. And so when you're used to seeing something one way and they show it to you a different way, people hate it. The Hobbit was shot, I think I mentioned that, like in this higher frame rate, and people were like, no.
Can't handle it.
I ain't watching that. So it only screened in certain places, but this is going to be a movie that Paramount is pushing to get theaters to show it in this higher frame rate.
Yeah, but don't make it that's the only way. Like, it could be a nice, here's one showing of it this way, but for everybody else.
So
you're not used to it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it like that.
Yeah, well, that's what they did. We didn't see The Hobbit that way. In fact, as I recall, Eric and I tried to see The Hobbit that way, and it was like, sure, 3 hours from here, we can drive up and see The Hobbit. It's like,
Which was about the length of the movie.
Nah.
Very long time.
So,
not worth it.
I don't know. I'd be very, very interested in seeing it. Apparently, James Cameron is shooting the Avatar sequels in an HFR format, which is high frame rate. So
this is Gemini Man, which is the upcoming Will Smith movie, and that's what they're talking about.
Okay, The Hobbit was shot at 48 frames per second. And everybody was like, imagine what 120 is going to look like.
That's why it feels like it'd be a bit much.
I want to see what that looks like. I think that would be, maybe it looks terrible. What if it looks kind of awesome?
I wouldn't mind seeing it. And then it was like, well, if you don't like it, you can leave the theater, go next door where the movie is also playing at the same time and watch it the normal way you're used to watching it.
I'm sure you could probably do that, but maybe not officially. But I've done that where I've had to leave a movie like 10 minutes in, and they'll give you a refund usually. They don't like it. They don't like it.
And they'll tell you that.
But they'll do it.
Think Obadiah owns too many video games?
Get us out of here! Roger that!
Well, maybe you'll think differently when... Okay, you're right. There's no conceivable scenario where anyone needs that many. The Riot on RadioU.
Okay, here's the thing. I believe in cleaning out your ears.
You do, but not with Qtips, right? You're not supposed to.
I use Qtips. I know we talked about this because you said not to. What do you clean out your ears with?
You're not supposed to.
So you don't clean your ears at all?
Well, you can.
No. You're busted. You don't clean your ears out.
No, you can, like, on the outer part if you have something. And sometimes I flush my ears out. I've had to have that done.
Like toilet?
No, like you have a little ear flusher thing.
Like a toilet?
Not like a toilet, like a squeezy cleany bottle. It's one of those things.
Nikki, if you're telling me that you're squeezing something into your ear,
water
let me tell you,
in a solution.
That squeezer is the tank.
And
it's going down into the bowl.
And then,
but your ear is the bowl.
That's what you're supposed to do. Clean your ears out like that every so often.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Nah,
look it up. I bet you it says it.
I'm Q-tipping.
You live on the edge.
You know that I do.
You can hurt yourself.
And I'll tell you what, my ear is so clean you could eat off of it. If you're into that kind of thing.
No one's saying anything.
Yeah. So this may be a point in your camp, Nikki, because here's a guy in Britain. This is all being reported in BMJ case reports. And he went to the University Hospital Coventry in England, where he saw an ear, nose, and throat specialist because he was having seizures and a bunch of other stuff.
Oh, no.
Trying to figure out what's going on. You ready for this? So he takes the Q-tip, puts it in his ear. Apparently, some cotton gets left behind.
Uh-huh.
That cotton moves into his ear canal.
Don't say it goes in there. No, it's in his brain?
It goes to his brain.
Whoa! See? You don't want to risk it, do you?
He literally got a bacterial infection
From
because
the cotton?
cotton moved to his brain.
From a Q-tip when he was cleaning his ear.
They had to have surgery to pull the cotton out.
You know, I'm not risking it. I'm not.
That's right. So, you know what?
You want to roll the dice like that? Fine, clean your ears out with Q-tips.
Sure.
Not going to.
Fantastic. We should do that. Like, let's go ahead and let's see. Let's jam some cotton in your ears and see how long it takes.
See who gets there first. It's not a competition. That's not a good thing that's happened.
It could be.
Oh.
It could be.
I just want to be in that meeting and be like, well, this is interesting.
Okay, can we ask you a question?
Yeah. Do you
use Q-tips when you clean out your ears?
Or I know some people, like if you get an ear infection, they just put in like a cotton ball in their ear.
Yeah, what's that for?
I think it's just to get like to
gather the infection and then push it back into your brain?
Out. No, I think it's supposed to like draw it out to the cotton thing.
Okay.
So maybe he was doing that.
Well, how am I supposed to listen to my beats when I got cotton in my ears?
Well, that just pushes it all back in.
The problem.
How can you not do it?
So I guess
Oh, poor guy.
we're supposed to use Nikki's toilet method for cleaning our ears instead of...
It's a simple ear flushing solution. It's fine.
That sounds like a toilet.
And I've seen people that do like ear cleaning, and theirs are like very thin, long, not our style Q-tips. So I don't know if that's okay. But for us, we just jam in Q-tips in. And they say you're not supposed to do that.
So if Nikki's toilet method involves being able to move the flushing system, do you know what that means?
You never had your ears flushed before?
Nikki uses a porta potty on her ears.
So you've never had your ears flushed in all your life, even as a kid?
Nope.
Well, good for you. Good for you.
Apparently, there's a lot of things.
Your Q-tips have been working.
There's a lot of things wrong with me, but the ear thing is going okay.
That's the one thing you've never had.
Your morning, but without yelling, laughing, or music.
Don't deprive me of that.
We wouldn't dream of it. It's the Riot on Radio U.
Daryl says you're saying all this right as I'm putting a Q-tip to clean my ears.
We were talking about a Q-tip story in your ears. Just put it down, Daryl. You don't need to do it.
Now, Aaron says I wouldn't recommend the ear flushing experience. That's Nikki's toilet method of cleaning her ears.
No, it's not. It's a medical method. It's not a toilet method.
Toilets are used in medicine all the time.
You don't... They are?
Yeah.
No, it's just a simple ear flushing. Like when you were little, a lot of times you'd have to go to the doctor to flush your ears out.
No.
But I got one from Amazon and it works fine.
Aaron says, I had one done as a young kid and the experience was so traumatic. I remember it vividly 30 years later.
Oh, gosh. What did you have?
I don't know, but that sounds rough, right? So let's see.
Maybe you pass on that. That's fine.
Jared says, back in middle school, I had a friend who smacked my hand while I was cleaning my ears. I had a Q-tip stuck in the bones in my left ear. What the what?
Something. That must have been terrible.
Sarah says, you guys, ear candles. Yeah. So
I never tried that, but I've seen it before.
What's that?
You lay down and you put a candle in your ear, an ear candle, and then it's got a little cover around it, and you light the candle, and it's supposed to draw the wax out.
That
What?
sounds
ridiculous.
as smart to me as
The ear flushing.
Well, I was going to say celery juice, but okay.
Oh man. Darn it. I've never done ear candles. Yeah. But I've seen people like review it, and for some it seems like it works, and others it does not.
Sarah says it's pretty ridiculous. You know what? We should look into it. You and I, we can just have a whole spa day, and ear candles will just be part of that. Mani-pedi massage ear candle.
Some celery juice, some ear candles.
I was thinking that the ear candle was every day you dip a long wick into your ear, and slowly but surely your wax builds up, and then you have a candle.
I think that's the other way. That's the wrong way.
Well,
if you're doing that, I sent you a picture. It does kind of, you feel silly because you got a candle coming out your ear.
Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, it's available on eBay. I get all my medical procedures from eBay.
You can buy ear candles anywhere. But yeah, you just light it on the one end that's not in your ear.
All of this.
Looks stupid.
To prevent. No. Get a Q-tip. It's fine.
No, it's not. What about the guy then on the other side? We just read about him. He got the cotton from a Q-tip, dislodged from it, and it went into his brain, and he was having seizures.
Here's what I think. I think that guy in the UK was going crazy with the Q-tip.
You can't go too far in.
You just go in there, just a little, twist it around, feel the joyous sensation of your ear being clean, pull it out, look at it, see what you got, and then you throw it away.
Okay, that's Obi's approach. I'm going for the ear wash, like flushing your ear. I think that's very nice in the middle.
Nikki's toilet method of cleaning. Or now we have the bee wax candle.
That's on the other side. No one here is doing that.
What are we doing? Aaron says ear candle sounds like something the government made up for us to buy more candles. Aaron, it's weird to me that you jumped right to the government.
No one else did.
I mean, you went right there.
You've got to hand it to Obadiah and Nikki. Anyone can eat junk food all day.
Where's my food?
But they've figured out a way to get paid for it. The Riot on RadioU.
Yesterday, the college bribery scandal was the news item because Americans love celebrities, and more than anything, they love seeing celebrities that they can finally look down on.
Honestly, with this one, it was like, these people? I mean, I know there's a lot involved in this case that are just wealthy individuals who aren't necessarily in the public eye as much, so we don't know all of them. But there's a couple that was quite surprising.
Well, the ones that were the highest profile, as in people you would recognize, Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman. And if you don't know their names, I would show you a picture and you'd be like, oh, that person.
Yeah.
Lori Loughlin, really famous for Full House and Fuller House.
And then her husband as well, and he's a famous designer.
Okay, so lots of money there, making things happen. But here has been, yesterday afternoon, I feel like my favorite part of this whole story, aside from the outrage and the blah, blah, blah and whatever, is that people have gone back through their acting careers to show how they didn't learn the lessons of the characters they were playing. In Full House Season 6, Uncle Jesse lies about the credentials of the twin sons that he shares with Lori Loughlin's on-screen character. And she then lectures him about the importance of being honest.
Didn't remember it.
About what school the boys get into doesn't really matter.
See, there was a lesson and we didn't catch it.
There was a lesson there. And then apparently there's another one, Felicity Huffman of Desperate Housewives. She's one of the other more high-profile people. There was an episode in which she gets in trouble for bribing the coach.
Yeah.
So,
you think they'll go to jail? Like, wouldn't that be weird?
Well, it's interesting. I don't, because here's the thing. Just the same way that having enough money lets you go to whatever college you want, having enough money keeps you out of jail in most cases. So I imagine they'll just be hit with hefty fines and won't serve any real jail time. But they are felonies. And a felony, I was actually wondering, what exactly is the difference between a felony and a misdemeanor? A felony is a crime that is punishable by either the death penalty or more than 1 year in prison.
Mm-hmm.
So
they said for some of them, it might be like up to 5 years in prison.
Yeah.
But again, that's not commonly... I feel like it's not commonly given out like your first time.
No.
If you've not had any legal troubles before.
I watched a thing last night about a girl who killed 3 people because she was texting and driving. She got probation. So you know what? I'm sure they'll be fine.
So for the Felicity Huffman person, her husband is William H. Macy, who's also a very well-known actor.
He is.
And they said that because of some technicalities, he wasn't arrested. But he might still face troubles. But he was not the one who wrote the check.
Dude, you know what?
So he himself could also be in trouble, too.
I've got a great idea for a sitcom. How about a middle-aged man's wife cheats on some kind of a whatever. She goes away to college, and he tries to relive his youth with his friends, but at the end discovers he just misses his wife.
Well, I feel like the next step is going to be more focused on the children, the people that got into, the kids of the people, and if they'll be allowed to stay in school.
You know what? Again, everybody wants to stand up and throw stones at the celebrities and their children. You know what I would love more than being a celebrity? I would love to be the pampered child of a celebrity.
Just to have that.
I would like to sign up for that. Can I?
I'm sorry, it's too late. You're not allowed to.
Can I get adopted into the Loughlin family? Can you guys pay my way for everything?
What do you want? Do you want me to try to pull some strings? What can we get you into?
Nikki, all I want is financial independence. I'm so wealthy, and I want a real life of entitlement.
Okay, maybe I can't help you with that.
What's the big deal?
Why is that so hard for you?
That's what I want. That's what I want when I grow up.
You're hearing it for the first time, and it sounds terrible.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
So, Nikki, did you see the Facebook avatar thing that they were showing off yesterday?
I did not.
Okay.
Only thing Facebook that I saw yesterday was that for some people it was down, Facebook and Instagram. And that's all that I heard about.
Okay, let me show you I sent you the link to it, but they're showing off tech that basically they will kind of take a photo of your face or whatever, and then they build a 3D model of your face. And so the idea would be that you're able to put on an Oculus Rift, so like their virtual reality goggles. They own Oculus.
Own those, yeah.
And talk, and while you're talking, it is giving the person on the other end a 3D version of you that is shockingly lifelike.
Pretty spot on, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of
weird.
It's just a little creepy.
They envision one day, with Facebook now you use Messenger.
Right.
Well, in the future, if they're lucky, we'd all have, their headsets or some sort of headset or some sort of goggle or glasses that you wear that has virtual reality or augmented reality in it, and you would be in rooms talking with your family or with your friends.
Right.
So instead of now just, messaging or doing a video chat, it would be where you could watch a movie together. You could watch a sporting event together, even if you weren't actually physically together. And then they would be seeing this avatar.
Yeah, and they're trying to get to a point where, what's one of the big problems with virtual reality? You got a big thing on your face. So even if
you were to actually just see the video of someone, you can't see their eyes.
But this would enable this kind of fully 3D, kind of realized environment with a somewhat lifelike avatar sitting next to you, as Nikki said, watching a movie or, just doing whatever the heck you would do with it. So
it's our future. So that is what will happen one day.
It totally is. It's that thing that you look at it now and if you look back on speculative fiction and stuff about the times we live in now, the most famous are probably 1984 and what's the other one? The other apocalyptic, not apocalyptic, but Brave New World.
There you go.
Huxley. You look at those and it's kind of this oppressive whatever. They imagine technology kind of like this, but it was bad. And the thing that I always laugh about is Orwell was the government's going to make you put a camera in your house. And we've bought all the cameras ourselves.
We bought them on our own.
We paid for them, and we keep buying higher resolution, better ones.
Then you would be disappointed to see how readily available and welcoming everyone has been to accept all of that into our lives.
Absolutely. But I wonder about the other side of it, though, is that we always look at technology and see it as this unbelievably terrible thing. What if it was just okay?
Mm-hmm.
What if, we don't know this, but what if when people put telephones in their houses, they were everyone's going to be listening to you on your phone? And yeah, the government probably does, but other than that, you don't really care. So what if it's like that? It's this seems creepy, but in reality, you're no, I want Facebook to know everything about me.
There's a dark side to everything.
Right.
But for a lot of just everyday, average, normal people like us, it's helpful.
It probably won't matter.
It doesn't matter. We don't use it for that stuff, and it is an enhancement in our lives.
Or right now, they are getting us to stick our head through, and they will eventually tighten the noose, but only when it's too late.
That could be it. Well, we'll see what happens with it, but Facebook was showing that yesterday.
Yeah, it's cool, but also I don't want Facebook to know this much about my face.
The riot used to be 3 people.
Please tell me we're not discussing video games again.
The other guy didn't make it. It's the riot.
Man, thank God it's Friday, right?
Yeah, you're just one day before that, so.
Wait, it's Saturday?
No, it's Thursday.
We don't even have to be here.
Why are we here?
What are we doing?
It is Thursday. Happy Pi Day, everybody. And that's about all we have today.
Nikki's always bringing the negativity.
No, I'm bringing the positivity.
I'm trying to bring us to Friday, and you're no, it's Thursday.
You're not even the glass is half empty. You're the glass is even on the wrong day. So I don't know what to do.
I don't want this glass. Give me a different one.
When you can't have that, today's Thursday. I can't change that.
I'm a rich man trapped in a poor man's body. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. With many glasses.
So, Nikki, I know you're a huge fan of Batman.
Especially
which
version?
The Christopher Nolan trilogy.
I saw the first one. Is that the Christian Bale one?
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Yeah. So, have you seriously not watched The Dark Knight yet?
I have not. Which was the first one?
Batman Begins.
Batman Begins. I've seen that.
The Dark Knight, though.
Wasn't there 2 other ones, or?
There's The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
The Dark Knight, though.
Haven't seen that. Also haven't seen any of the Batfleck stuff. So
that's one of the best. The Dark Knight. The best, Nikki.
I know you're telling me, and I hear
The
you,
best.
and I understand.
See, nope.
But it's
See,
nowhere
because,
on
Nikki,
my radar.
To understand
is to watch.
Would be to act.
Nope, not unless you want to bring it. If you bring it, I'll make every effort.
You have it.
Well, I have it? Does Eric have it?
You married a man. All men have copies of The Dark Knight.
He does? I didn't know he had the copy.
I'm sure he does.
Maybe we do. I'll have to look it up.
All right, fine. Here's the thing. Maybe you don't want to watch it at home. Maybe that's the problem. Did you want to come over to my house and watch it?
Oh, yeah. Can you have
That's
a Batman party? Can you
can
host
dress
one?
up. You can dress up.
Yeah, will you host one, and then we'll watch all of them?
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to have one, but I will tell you that at a few theaters around the world, this bugs me. It's a 5-city tour.
Yeah.
They're going to be showing all 3 of the films on an IMAX marathon.
So all 3 of the Christopher Nolan Batmans?
So Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises.
Why is it an anniversary thing or something? Or why are they doing it?
You know what? Is it? I don't actually even know why. They just are. They're taking it on a 5-city tour. You're going to get a chance to watch all of them in IMAX 70 millimeter. That's awesome. And it's nowhere where any of us live, so you're screwed.
Yay! I've never gone to a marathon at like a theater.
Really?
I know they host them all the time, but
It's fun.
I've not gone.
You know what? It's one of those things where, to me, the big problem is that media is too available and TVs are too big. So if I want to do a marathon, it's way more appealing to do it at home than it is to go and do it at a theater. And I realize is like takes some of the fun out, but yeah, that's what I do. I take the fun out of things.
That's his talent.
Yeah.
He's going soon on a 5-city talent tour.
But the idea of catching The Dark Knight and Batman Begins and stuff again in 70 millimeter IMAX, I would do that.
Well, if they're doing a 5-city tour, why don't we just say this? That means that maybe that'll expand one time, so I probably shouldn't see it. I should wait, and hopefully it'll come to me, and then I can watch it in theaters where I should have watched it in the first place.
You're doing it wrong. What we want to do is we want to watch it now and then watch it big, and then you'll be able to talk
Appreciate
through
it again.
comparing and contrasting some of the differences in the presentation.
That sounds like a big commitment.
Yeah. No, a small one. And in fact, it's a commitment that pays you back, Nikki.
Leftovers from the most disgusting meal you've ever had. It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
Nikki, look at me.
Yeah?
Look
Yes,
at me.
I'm looking at you.
I want you to look at me. Stop looking through me.
I'm looking at
Stop
you.
looking past me.
And
Look at me.
I'm looking at you.
Do I look any different?
You shaved, I saw.
Okay, that's something.
And
Anything else?
Your glasses aren't new, are they?
No, I'm a Sprint customer now. I just wondered if it had changed anything.
It didn't change your appearance
No, I look
at
the
all.
same. Yeah. Yesterday I signed up for Sprint.
We've talked about this the last couple of days.
We have.
Your other contract with another carrier ended.
It's over.
And you wanted to get
Cheap
to the,
as humanly possible plan.
the cheapest monthly price that you could find.
And Sprint has a deal that, and listen, it's not that easy to get it, but you can. If you bring your own device, you have to buy a SIM card.
Yeah.
And if your device is compatible, and you have to port a number in. So you can't go and open a new account. You have to be transferring something over to them.
But you just use a Google number, right?
That's what I did.
And you bought a phone from Costco, which you've had.
I also did that.
So it seems like you're fitting with this.
I also spent an hour and a half on a friend's phone last night calling Sprint to get it set up.
Why? Why was it so hard?
Well, okay.
Is that Ebenezer, the ghost of future?
I don't know.
Showing you what it's going to be like when your good deal's over?
It was really funny how everybody's like, their customer service is the worst. And I was like, oh, surely it can't be that bad. 90 minutes later.
Yeah, why is this hard?
Thanks for holding, sir. Why were you calling?
I'm just seeing it. I'm seeing it ahead of time.
It was just, I had to sign up, and I had signed up online, but there was something about it that didn't work quite right, and I decided, you know what? I don't want to get lost in some weird, you forgot to check the box, so now it's $100 a month zone. So I called in, not their regular number. I found a number online that's specifically for this promotion. And I talked to the lady. She really did. I talked to one person the whole time, and I had to go on hold a couple times, but she really did, in fairness, help me all the way through the process. Got it all set up.
That's because they always make it like the grandmother sounding, the nice, kind people on that phone call.
No. This lady was like, English was something she learned.
Okay.
She didn't learn it because that's what they normally speak where she is.
I see.
But
normally that's how it is. We're like, oh, would you like to add this to your carrier plan or something? And it's a very nice, just gentle lady.
Aaron says, don't worry. This is just the beginning of the Sprint experience.
I know. Aaron says, good luck.
So the only thing about it is I still don't have phone service because...
Where's your SIM card at?
Well, it's in my phone.
Yeah.
And my phone's sitting here. But the problem, Sprint says, is not them, it's Google. So
you have to wait for Google to accept it?
Google would not release my number until tonight at midnight, at which point it should transfer in.
Is that like the party time or something?
If I reboot my phone, then, like starting tomorrow, it should work on Sprint. I'm using words like should.
And sure.
Could, maybe.
Could, maybe, possibly.
That's what I heard.
All right.
Things like that.
A little nervous for you. It'll probably all work out just fine.
Oh, yeah. I feel great about it.
And then you have 12 months with this amazing monthly price.
That's right.
And that's when all, you know what, breaks out.
Then
we'll check back in with you to see how it goes.
I don't know what I'm going to do after this. But you know what? I'm hoping maybe there'd be a great deal going then.
What if we all just made a pact, like everybody in our life, in our circle?
Mm-hmm.
We said, okay, we're not going to call each other anymore. And so then we don't need phone service. So we could still text and use, apps and messengers and stuff. But
you're still going to want, it's like cutting cable. You're still going to want the stuff. So you'll be like, I don't have phone service anymore, but I have mobile data from Verizon.
I know, but if we all promise just to stay within Wi-Fi areas, then let's just try to beat the system, okay?
Hey, there for a while, there are companies out there that are like, yeah, nationwide Wi-Fi service. That'll be all of it will be that.
Well, other places have that, yeah. That would be nice.
Hey, look, Cynthia says it took her 3 hours to set it up, but she likes her Sprint service.
You guys are in so much trouble.
Maybe that'll be me.
The Riot. Turn it down.
And rip the knob off.
RadioU.
Let's talk about Mark Riddle, Nikki.
Riddle?
This guy has the job that I should probably have, and I think it's ridiculous that it's illegal, okay? He was one of the go-to guys in this college cheating thing who would go in and take the exams for people.
Oh, okay. I think I saw his picture. Like, he would go in and be like an official, is it proctor, that's the word? Or
yeah.
He would be one giving the test with a student. So basically people would pay to be allowed to have their student take the test, say, on their own without the rest of classes. They would have an excuse to be able to do that. He would come in, proctor the test, or in some cases go back with the test and change the answers and then turn in that test.
And so
he'd get like $10,000 like a test.
He also, and he would take them. It's like sometimes he would do the correcting, sometimes he'd just take it for them.
Yeah. He would just do it.
Okay, I want to do that. Because here's the thing, Nikki, I've always been really good at test taking.
Yeah.
And I'm great in the classroom. In fact, I'm better in the classroom than I am in the world. I'm worthless out here. But in the classroom, like in academia, I can do well there. Like, that's a place where I know I can succeed.
I feel like you can't start your own company for, cheating, but if you got in on this other guy's company, you could have done it.
Yeah, and I mean, you know what? Even if he was still making money on me, like if he was getting $10,000 for me to take the test and I was only making $8 or something like that.
I don't want to take the test. I'd rather be the one who has the answers and just corrects it.
No, you know what? I don't care. Whatever. I'll take the test. Are you... Okay, listen. If you're telling me that you're going to pay me $8,000 a test, and what am I taking a test? 2-3 times a week?
You'd know it by then.
I figure I can probably live on that.
That's true.
I could probably make that work.
That's true.
I mean, I'm not smart enough to be on Jeopardy, but, I'm in the 98th, 99th percentile on this test stuff. I could take it. Sure. Let's do it.
Do they want you to take it, though?
No, I want people to pay me to take it for them. It's fine.
They want certain people for a certain grade level. Like they want a certain number back.
Because, yeah, no, I could do it.
Okay.
I mean, like, in reality, at this point, since it's been a little while since I've been in school, I probably need to go back and sharpen up a few things.
But then you'd have to change it up. Like, you can't answer it and get the same score all the time.
Yeah, you can.
Because then they'd be like, why are all your students or the ones taking it getting this same exact grade?
You miss one or two, whatever. You can bounce
You
it
throw
around.
it.
Like, it's not that big of a deal, but I'm just telling you, like, this would be a great thing for me. And here's what I don't understand. Like, rich people pay me to take out their trash. They pay me to make their French fries. Why can't they pay me to take their test?
That's illegal. Well, not that part. I think it's because then you mail it in and you've done fraud on that. It's the sending it off part.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? They say it's mail fraud. I'll just hand deliver it.
It's still fraud.
It's not mail fraud now.
Oh, I don't know what to do with all that college stuff.
I was good at that. So that's something that's a marketable skill for me. I will take your test for you.
Don't just sleep on this, guys. Get in on this.
Jen says being good in the classroom and not in the real world is way too relatable for me. Yeah, that's me. Like I suck out here. I'm like, how do you get a good grade? Can I take the test?
Can I please go back to school?
Can I please?
Aw. Well, if anything comes up, I'll pass it along to you.
Okay.
If anybody texts in and they're like, can Obadiah please come help me and be my tutor? We'll set that up.
Can he, be there for me?
We have our DJ service. We could expand that if you wanted.
Obadiah will come and play music for you and take your test.
Well, that'll be like the ruse. Like, it'll be, he's here to play music while I'm taking my test. I have text anxiety. I just need some music and some support. But you're cheating through the songs. Like, you have this whole song thing going on.
I think that sounds great.
Like, every time it's Greeley Estates, you're like, it's G. It's like, you'll just know how to cheat.
Nikki, there's no G on standardized
I know,
tests.
but, it just worked out with Greeley Estates, okay?
Yeah, like none of the. It's fine. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay, don't you worry about it.
But you could set up a system.
Man, I'm not even smart enough to do that. Somebody set it up for me and then just pay me a lot of money to take the test.
You're like,
I'll do it.
hey, is DJ Obi coming today? I got a test today.
He has so much potential.
What's worse than finding grounds in your coffee? Finding grounds in your coffee while listening to the Riot. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
How many times have you broken up with somebody? I don't mean how many times have you gotten dumped?
But you actually broken up with someone?
How many times have you been the one that was just like, listen, I'm going to say it's not you, but it's totally you. It's everything about you. I can't stand you.
Where you have to sit down and actually say it?
Look, it can't happen. I had one girl, I felt like she knew I was going to break up with her. I couldn't.
So did she break up with you first?
No, I just wrote her a letter. I was like, I finally, and put it on her apartment door. I was just like, here.
Well, how could you do that?
It was very simple. You just paper, pen,
yeah, but
envelope,
she now tells
tape.
this story about this guy that broke up with her and put a note on the door.
Let me tell you what. She kept not calling me back. As soon as she got that note, it was weird. She suddenly had time to talk.
So she was doing something on her side. I gotcha.
Yeah. It was like, wow, look, I have time to talk now. And I was like, man, that's funny. What about the night before and the night before and the night before? Like,
Well, then she learned a lesson.
Yeah, she got very mad at me for, how can you do this with a letter? And I was like, I tried to do it in person, but somebody couldn't call me back.
Which is why we weren't getting along to stay together.
And thus, here is your letter. Yeah, that was not well received. But you know what?
Gotta do it.
It is what it is, Nikki.
Sure.
I guess what I'm trying to tell you is just like the old song says, breaking up is hard to do. Which is why if you're smart, you'll fake your kidnapping and murder.
And
and
to get
then
out of the breakup.
You won't have to do the breakup.
Dude, you're in a bad relationship if that's how far it goes.
Well, I just want to say that, me writing a letter sounds like such a,
respectable thing to do. If that's
compared to this?
Compared to this, it is.
Like, hey, look, I'm really sorry. This is crazy. All right. It's a woman in China who she and her boyfriend. Bork.
Hey, high five.
She and her bork, her boyfriend.
Translated means boyfriend.
Right. I don't know if they live together or they just lived in the same dorm at this factory that they worked at. So they went home together for Chinese New Year. She got to meet his family. And when she met his family, she was like, this guy is poor. And so I don't want to be with no poor guy, but she didn't want to break up with him because she was afraid that, like, if I break up with him,
then
he's
she looks
gonna,
bad.
Right. So she did the only sensible thing. She called her boyfriend and was like, I've been kidnapped by my ex-boyfriend. I'm in the trunk. I think he's driving me out of the city to kill me.
And then she just left?
And then she checked into a hotel and then started sending text messages from another phone saying, this is the boyfriend I killed her.
Well, if you find yourself in this situation and you're coming up with this elaborate scheme and stuff, if you put in as much effort into the scheme as you would have into the relationship, even if it was just the effort into breaking up the right way, you wouldn't have had to do this.
Yeah, I mean, I realized
Cops will be called.
Oh, the police were called.
Yeah,
In
they're
fact,
going to try to look.
They found her. 20 police officers, like, bum rushed this hotel in, like, whatever place that she was in, and, like, broke down the door, and there she was just laying on the bed watching TV. And they were like, are you hurt? Are you okay?
Ma'am,
and she's
are
like,
you okay?
What's going on? Oh, yeah, I just wanted to break up, so I lied.
Well, all right.
Yeah. So I think the lesson here is there's a sliding scale. You really want to break up in person. And then if you can't get them to break up in person, I felt like, and they wouldn't return my phone calls, I felt like a letter was low, but I mean, what was I supposed to do?
I don't know. Would I prefer a letter or a text message? I wouldn't like a phone call. That hurts more.
Really?
Yeah.
Think so?
I think so, because you either see the person or you don't want to talk to them. Like, you don't want to actually hear them.
Yeah, okay. And then I feel like third or fourth down the list of, like, ways to break up is fake your own death.
Well, along with, like, just a random posting on your page on Facebook. Make it public for everybody to see.
You mean the breakup?
The breakup.
Okay.
Like, someone could just do that. That's at the bottom, too.
Well, I just find myself like, okay, if you fake your own death, are you like, you gonna get a job somewhere else?
Or move, because they live in the same area. You would see each other.
It seems like this is a lot of work, right?
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the RadioU network through the RadioU app or at riot.radiou.com.
I don't want Facebook to know this much about my face.